Somewhere along the way, you started treating your own life like you were a supporting character in it. Like the story was really about everyone else, and you were just there to help move their scenes along. You wait for your turn, you react to what other people decide, you shrink yourself to fit into rooms that were never even the main stage. But here's what I want you to sit with for the next few minutes. You were never the supporting character. You are the main character. You always were. And everything changes the moment you remember it. So take a breath. Wherever you are right now, let your shoulders drop. You don't have to do anything for the next few minutes. Just let this idea settle in. Because it's a simple one, and it's yours the moment you accept it. Think about how a supporting character moves through a film. They don't drive the story. They stand in the background. They wait to be told where to stand and when to speak. The camera isn't really on them. They're just around. And a lot of us live exactly like that. We let other people's opinions decide how we feel about ourselves. We let other people's timelines tell us if we're behind. We treat our own dreams like they're less important than everyone else's plans for us. You wait for permission. You wait to be chosen. You wait until you feel ready. Until it's the right time. Until someone finally points out to you and says, "Okay, now it's your turn." And that moment keeps not coming. Not because you're not capable, but because you handed the pen to everyone but yourself. You made your life a story about them, and then wondered why you felt like a stranger in it. So let's turn it around, right now. You are the main character of your life. Not the sidekick in your parents' story, not a supporting role in your boss's story, or your ex's story, or your friend's story. The main character, the one it's actually about. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. A main character isn't someone who thinks that the world revolves around them. It's someone who finally takes responsibility for their own story instead of waiting for someone else to write it. The main character makes the decision. The main character takes the first step. The main character is the one whose choices actually move the story forward because they stopped waiting to be told and started deciding for themselves. Say it to yourself, quietly, not loud, just true. I am the main character of my life. Feel how different that is from how you've been carrying yourself? Now here's something a real main character understands. They stop resenting the rest of the cast. You know that feeling? Watching someone who had it easier, who started ahead, who got the thing you wanted handed to them, and that quiet chip forms on your shoulder. That chip is real. It came from real things, and for a while, it can even be useful. That hunger, that "I'll show them" energy. It can push you out of where you started. But here's a trap nobody warns you about. The fuel that helps you escape one stage becomes poison in the next. Because to keep that fire burning, you need an enemy. You need someone to prove wrong. And if your whole story is about proving them wrong, then they're still the main character, not you. The main character turns around and faces forward. They stop staring in a story about the people who doubted them. The resentment falls away, not because it wasn't justified, but because the story is finally too big to have room for it. Here's the part that changes how you see your whole life. Every main character has a beginning that looks at first like a disadvantage. The hard start. The thing they don't have. The place nobody expected anything to come out of. And for years, you might have carried that as evidence against yourself. Proof that you were behind. Proof that you had less, started lower, and further to climb. You looked at your beginning and saw a reason it might not happen for you. But that's not what a beginning is. In every story worth telling, the hard start isn't the evidence against the hero. It's the origin. It's the exact thing that made them who they became. Take it away and you don't get an easier story. You get a different, smaller person. The things you had to go without taught you to be resourceful. The pressure taught you to create under pressure. The times you were underestimated taught you to see what other people miss. That wasn't damage. That was training. That was the character being written. So here's what a main character finally does. They stop measuring their life by what they lacked at the start. The measurement will always leave you short because you can't change the beginning. It's already written. As long as you keep score by what you didn't have, the money, the connections, the head start, you will always come up behind. You'll always be comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. But the moment you start measuring by what you were allowed to become, the strength you built, the things you learned, the person the struggle actually shaped, the entire scoreboard flips. Same life, same facts. A completely different person looking at them. You go from, look at everything I didn't have, to look at everything I was able to become. And that is the difference between someone who feels cheated by their story and someone who owns it. So if you've been feeling like you're behind, like everyone else got a head start and you're running late, I want you to hear this. You were never behind. You were being built the whole time. Everything you went through was writing the character. Every hard season was a scene that gave you depth. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was off script. The main character's road was never supposed to be the easy one. That's what made it a story worth telling. And the fact you're still here, still standing, still wanting more, that's not weakness. That's the mark of the lead. Supporting characters give up quietly. Main characters keep walking, even when the map isn't clear yet. So here's all I want you to do today. Just carry yourself like the main character of your own life. Not loudly, not arrogantly, quietly and completely. Make the decision instead of waiting for permission. Take the step before you feel ready. Stop handing the pen to people who are only ever supporting characters in a story that belongs to you. Stop resenting the people who started ahead. Their story isn't yours. Turn around, face forward, and put the camera back where it belongs, on your own life, moving forward. And when you look back at your beginning, don't see a disadvantage anymore. See the origin. See the training. See the exact reason you became someone worth writing about. Because life hasn't been unfair to you. When you're measured by who you were allowed to become, it's been more than fair. It's been the making of you. You are the main character. You always were. Take a breath and go live like it.